Welcome to my cyber space. We are still learning about Python. In this video, I'm going to be talking about understanding the Visual Studio interface. In case you don't know what Visual Studio is, or you're trying to learn how to install Visual Studio, you can check out my other videos. Let's get right into it. So first thing is, at this point, I want to assume you have Visual Studio installed and you also have Python installed. Just search for Visual Studio Code. Remember, Visual Studio is different from Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code is what you want, and Visual Studio Code, you open it up and you might have something like this. And one of the things that is helpful is if you work by folder, you can either create a new file or open file or whatever, open folder. So it's best you create a folder already. So you can also come here and create maybe do the same thing, open folder, what we have here. So I'm just going to do open folder. So right now I have this folder called VS Code, and I'm going to select the folder. So right now that's the folder that I am currently, and I'm just going to say, yeah, trust this author, and yes, I trust the author. So whatever I work on right now is going to be saved in that folder. So you can be working on multiple folder, but you could also create a new file, create a new folder, whatever you want to do. So you refresh the folder. We also have this different interface. This is like for you to search, find, and replace in case you are looking for something. And this is source control. This is you adding Git and GitHub to your Visual Studio, and there's a separate video on how to do that. And this is also if you want to run your query or you want to run anything you want in Visual Studio. Remember, with Visual Studio, it's an IDE, so you can run different programming language with it. You can run Python, you can run R, you can run C++, you can run Java, but mostly for this tutorial we'll be running like Python. And this is if you want to get extension. We already installed Python extension to this because it's just very helpful for us to have IntelliSense. In case you're wondering what IntelliSense is, we're going to see that in a minute, and when we are trying to write our query. So let's try to click on new file. So it's just going to ask me if it's a text file or a Python file, but it's a Python file that I want. If I try to say this is trying to AI thing, but we don't need that. I try to say we want to say hello print. So immediately I try to type print, it just brings an option for me, right? And I just put one bracket and it brings the two brackets. So this is something that the reason why IntelliSense is good for you. And let's say I make a mistake, it's just going to underline it for me that, oh, there's a mistake right here. You also see this stuff here, it's showing that I haven't saved this file. In case you don't want to deal with the trouble of having to save all the time, you just can come here and do file, click on auto save, so it automatically saves your file for you. So but I'm just going to take this away, so and I could run it right here, and we have this. So one of the things is if you click on view, you might also want to click on, so maybe you want to add a bunch of things here. So this is you want to see outputs, you want to see the terminal. So this is like if you want to see the terminal. So if I try to run this, you see that I have this right here, and so we see that. And I could also come and save this file, say I want to save it as whatever. So you see it's trying to save in that same folder my file, right? So it's automatically saved. So I could do that. So that's just the basics of Visual Studio. Make sure that you do have Python extension installed. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to load in your first data in Python using VS Code, and so we're loading a flat file. In case this video was a value for time, go to like, subscribe, and follow and share. Thank you. Ciao.